Don't forget about the KEEL app. It's a free download from Office Furniture Source. Jake Wood is the PR guy for Planet Aqua and the new aquarium and all sorts of cool stuff downtown. Well, that's kind of what we want to talk about.
Jake, there's been some confusion about whether or not the Planet Aqua Group is still going to be managing Sci-Port. Can you clear up how this all got started? Apparently someone from the Sci-Port board issued a statement that confused a lot of folks.
Yes, there was a statement that was issued that just a part of the statement got taken out of context. And I'm going to loosely paraphrase what the statement was, but it was right now the Planet Aqua Group is focusing on enhancing the aquarium, while the Sci-Port board of directors is focusing on a few other things right now. And essentially what that means is, at this point, what is happening with the changes over at Sci-Port is the Sci-Port board of directors, they're making sure that any liability that they have as far as money owed is taken care of prior to spending more money on renovation, and they're also sourcing the money for the renovations as well. And then at this juncture, while that's happening, we're able, as Planet Aqua Group, to focus on making sure that the aquarium is operating at 100%, to make sure that everyone that visits us has the best experience that they can.
Well, pardon me, Jake, your statement, the statement that you gave started with at this time. Is there anything to be read into that? In other words, at this time, Planet Aqua is still managing Sci-Port.
No, there's nothing to be read into that. Because at the time of that interview, I was trying to be extremely matter of fact. I'm not going to call anyone out on it, but there's a pretty bold assumption made that was published, and I didn't feel like we were given a very fair shake with that.
Let me read that to you. The chairman of Sci-Port's board, Rich Lamb, suggested in response to questions from the Times, and this is in the Times, that Sci-Port and Planet Aqua had ended the management agreement. Completely inaccurate.
Completely inaccurate. I've spoken with Rich Lamb myself. There's no suggesting that we're ending our agreement.
So you anticipate within 10 days, 2 weeks, a month, that Sci-Port will still be under the aegis, under the control, or at least oversight of Planet Aqua?
Yes, absolutely. The contract, like I said, has not been terminated. Right now, there's some prioritization going on on the Sci-Port side of things to make sure that this renovation is done right. And what the priority of the board right now is to make sure that any outstanding bills are paid, any liabilities are handled before they start spending money on the renovation side. It's trying to get the entire house in order where we all can move forward on the project.
Speaking of getting the house in order and paying the bills, help us understand what's going on with the subcontractors at the aquarium. Is it that the Planet Aqua paid the general contractor and they haven't paid the subs? Is it the Planet Aqua hasn't paid the
contractor?
Is it a combination of all of the above? What's going on? Can you clear that up?
Sure, absolutely. No, yes, there are liens against Wheelan for the Shreveport Aquarium project, and that is due to the payment schedule being delayed between the aquarium and Wheelan. Now, that is being pretty much remedied on a pretty quickly basis. We're working with them to make sure that all these guys are taken care of really as quickly as possible. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that 1,000 times. That is the priority, to make sure that these businesses are taken care of.
Pardon me just a second, Jake. You used the phrase payment schedule being delayed. In my personal life, if my payment schedule is being delayed, it means I don't have the money to pay somebody. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it means the construction went over budget just a little bit. So now the construction budget, since it's been spent, we're now using the operating money that we're raising from the aquarium and from the restaurant and the retail store. The whole, when people are spending money at the aquarium, one of the places that's going is to take care of the construction costs what went over that initial construction budget. So that's what that means.
The project was what, $4.3 million, I guess, originally, and how much more did we go?
That I'm not sure.
Okay. And what do you pay the city for the complex? What kind of lease arrangement is it? It was a low kind of deal, wasn't it?
Right. I believe the lease amount is it's almost negligible how much the lease amount is. I mean, it's
minimal.
I think it's minimal. I would hate to quote exactly what it was because I'm unclear on the exact year or monthly rate, but I know it's extremely minimal. But I will tell you this: as the building sat empty, the Barnwell Center was costing the city of Shreveport about $30,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Last topic, Mr. Jake, the restaurant, Salt. What's the situation? Is it currently open? We know there's reorganization. Is Chef Konstantin Plavnik still with the group? What is the status of that? And what do you see going forward?
Absolutely. Now, Salt is open. Salt is firing on all cylinders. Konstantin Plavnik was was the first executive chef and general manager. He was there with us in a consultancy role right when we started the restaurant. He had since moved on a long time ago, way back in the summer. Our new executive chef, his name is Toby Spring, and the changes that we have at the restaurant is not a smoke signal for trouble in paradise. What the changes at the restaurant are is our reaction to feedback that we're getting from our customers. If we're doing something that our customers don't like, we're not going to keep doing that because we feel like that was the thing that we should do. We built this place for Shreveport. So we're going to start molding what Shreveport likes into this restaurant. If the families want more family options, that's what we're going to do. If we need to change the hours, that way they can have a late lunch when they visited the aquarium, we're going to do that as well. We want to make sure that we're serving the folks that are visiting us. So certainly, big changes at the restaurant, and everything is being changed except the name. I wouldn't call that incredibly accurate. A lot of the things for Salt are going to stay the same. It's just some of the things that didn't have the greatest feedback or things that we felt like we could do better or our customers told us that we could do better.
Would it be fair to use the word, not to put words in your mouth, would you call it a fine-tuning?
That's a very good way to put it, Robert.